Hi everyone, so it's Erica, and today's video is going to be one that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and it is my tips for vegan beginners. So before I get into the video, I just want to mention that I actually have a blog that I'm not sure most of you know about, but it is just ericalc.com. I will have a link to it in the description box below. I already have a few posts on there. Some are about veganism, some are about just life in general, and I'm going to start posting fashion outfits and posts and stuff like that. So I'm very excited about that, so definitely make sure to go check it out. But anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite helpful tips for starting on a vegan lifestyle or diet. I always get a ton of requests to do more vegan videos, so I thought this would be the perfect one to kick off my new vegan series, although I have quite a few vegan videos on my channel already, and I will link my playlist in the description box as well if you want to go check them out. But before I get started, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background about me. So I've actually been vegan for 7 months. In December, it will be 8 months, and I absolutely love it. And I recommend it to everybody who is considering it. So I really hope this video can give you some insight into the lifestyle and the diet, and I really hope that it inspires some of you to look into becoming vegan eventually. Also, at the end of this video, I'll be doing like a mini Q&A and answering some of your guys' questions, so make sure to stay till the end. But without further ado, I hope you all enjoy this video and let's get into it. So first and foremost, what is a vegan? What does vegan mean? Basically what it means is that you do not eat, use, or wear anything that comes from an animal or that was tested on an animal. Or at least you try to avoid animal byproducts at like all costs. First of all, quick disclaimer, I just want to say that I am not really a professional or like doctor or anything like that. Like, this is all information that I have collected based on my own time researching this lifestyle and like watching documentaries, reading books, reading articles, all that kind of stuff. So this is just knowledge that I've obtained myself. I didn't learn it in a class or anything like that. So I may not be the most credible source and you might not want to trust me on everything I say, but for the most part, this is all true information that I have accumulated from credible sources. Although this video isn't going to be very informational, I do want to do like an all about veganism video where it will be like more research based. This video is just really my tips for getting started with this lifestyle. Tip number 1, do research. Honestly, knowledge really is power. I do believe that. If you are ever considering making a change like going vegan in your life, you definitely want to make sure you have all the research done on your own time, because what you'll figure out once you start doing this research is that there are so many things that have been kept from us and hidden, so many truths that we are not aware of, and it's quite shocking, honestly. Once you actually take the time to research and really get into depth with everything, the whole meat industry, dairy, egg, fish industries, you're gonna come across a lot of things that you had no idea about. Basically, just expose yourself to the truth. It may be shocking, it may be frustrating, and that's completely normal. I was very shocked at first, kind of overwhelmed, and kind of angry as well. Following up on that idea, tip number 2 is to remember that guilt and frustration is normal. Especially when I first found out about what really happens in the dairy industry and how these animals are treated, I cried so much, and I was just so frustrated. I was going off ranting to my family, to my parents, to my brother, all about how terrible the industry really is. Obviously, it's not good to go on living your everyday life angry at the world and what's going on in it, so really you just have to accept the fact that there are atrocities going on in like the animal agriculture, animal product industries, and you just kind of have to use that frustration to make a change, a positive change, and spread the vegan message in a kind and compassionate, caring way with people. There are all different kinds of vegans, like even on YouTube and stuff like that, who have different ways of spreading the message. Different ways can convince different people. I think the easiest thing to do is just try to spread the message as positively, as kindly as you can. Tip number 3 is to take it one meal at a time and one day at a time, especially when you're first beginning. I know a lot of people are scared of going vegan because they're like, what the hell am I gonna eat? And you may start thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't have pizza anymore. Oh my gosh, I can't eat cheese. I can't eat meat. To be honest, there are so many vegan alternative options that are just as equally good. And they're better for you, and they're better for the planet, and they're more sustainable. Try not to get overwhelmed, because at first that was my kind of struggle. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I can't eat cheese, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Everything has milk in it. Oh my God. Try to ease yourself into the lifestyle. Maybe start by slowly eliminating milk from your diet, and then eliminate fish and all that kind of stuff, just step by step. For me, I was a vegetarian a year before I went vegan, so cutting out meat wasn't very difficult for me when I made the transition. Always try to focus on one meal at a time, one day at a time, so you don't get overwhelmed, and just know that there are so many delicious vegan options and alternatives. Okay, so tip number 4 would be to not worry about so much exercise. All you really need is maybe 25 to 45 minutes of exercise 3 times a week. I guess that would be ideal, but even less than that, if you're just spending like 15 minutes every other day being active, working out, doing yoga, it's good for you. What you eat is so important when it comes to being fit and being healthy, that when you're on a vegan diet, you don't necessarily have to over-exercise and do strenuous things like run 5 miles every day or anything like that. I mean, if you like doing that, go ahead, you know, that's great, that's awesome, you'll be even more in shape. But strenuous exercise really isn't necessary when you're on a vegan diet. Tip number 5 is, especially when you're just starting out, do not worry about labeling yourself. And what I mean by this is that there are actually different kinds of vegan diets. So for example, there's raw till floor, there's high carb, low fat. When you're first starting out, you're already kind of overwhelmed, like, oh my God, what am I gonna eat? It's kind of gonna be too much if you're focusing on one certain way to eat every single day. If you wanna do further research on raw till 4 and high carb, low fat, I will have links to videos down below. Now, when people ask me what kind of vegan I am, I'll just say, you know, I'm just vegan. Like some days I'll eat on raw till 4, some days I'll eat based on the Starch Solution. You know, it's just different for me, and getting started, especially in like my first year as a vegan, I just don't want to put a label on how I eat as a vegan. I just know I'm vegan. Tip number 6 is to follow vegan social media accounts, whether it's on Tumblr or Pinterest or Instagram. There are so many like awesome bloggers, people on social media, influencers who are vegan, and it's awesome to get inspiration from them. Look at things that they're eating, the recipes they're making, the alternatives to normal non-vegan foods and stuff like that. It's actually so cool, and it's fun to experiment with new recipes and stuff like that. I think that was one of my favorite parts of switching to this lifestyle, is seeing all these opportunities for making vegan options. And even if you're not vegan, like, try some of them out. Check out some awesome vegan cookbooks. You know, you never know, you might like them and it might inspire you to go vegan. I'm actually gonna link and list some of my favorite vegan social media people down below. Check out their channels and stuff like that. Okay, my last and final tip is to remember why you are on this lifestyle. Remember the ethics behind this lifestyle and what an amazing sustainable lifestyle it really is. Realize that you are making a difference in the world. Even if you're just vegetarian, you're already making a difference, but going vegan is really sustainable and environmentally friendly, and you really do feel more connected to the earth. And I know that might sound kind of weird, but that's a huge perk of this lifestyle for me, is that I feel like spiritually connected, like so good knowing that, you know, I'm making this impact. I'm coexisting with all beings on this planet, and that means so much to me, and it makes me just so happy inside. You never want to lose sight of why you're living this amazing lifestyle. You know, some people do it for different reasons. Some people do it for the weight loss, some people do it for the animals, which is personally my reason for it, and some people do it for the planet, for their health. One person really can change the world, and I have complete full belief in that. So I hope those tips were helpful. If you want to see me do more vegan related videos, an all about veganism video, let me know in a comment below. And now I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions. Okay, so this first question comes from Chels Adrian, and actually I get this question a lot, and it is, what do you eat? Well, first of all, I eat food. I'm not an alien. Like, vegans are not aliens. Like, we still eat food. We just eat a lot of plant-based things, so vegetables, fruits, legumes, things that come from the ground or a tree. I'm going to insert a picture right now of a vegan food pyramid that I like to show people when they ask me about that kind of stuff. And I will also have some more information in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. Another question I get by every single person, I don't think anybody who has asked me about veganism has not asked me this question, and it is, where do you get your protein? Here's a little fun fact. In one stalk of broccoli, there is more protein than in a piece of steak. You can get more than enough protein just from vegetables. You really can. But other than that, there's nuts. Bananas are amazing. And I think a lot of us Americans have been kind of brainwashed to think that we need so much protein to survive and to be strong. And it's kind of a myth. And I don't want to get too into it, but I will have an essay written by one of my favorite vegan activists down below if you guys want to check that out, on kind of like the myth of protein. Amber Nicole asked, I'm looking into becoming a vegan but not sure where to start. Do you have days where you want yogurt or cheese? How do you deal with ice cream cravings? So I hope the beginning of this video kind of helped you with where to start. So let me just say, I was a huge fan of cheese. I really like cheese. Pizza was my favorite food, cheese pizza. And I liked macaroni and cheese and all that stuff. But really, when it comes down to it, the dairy industry is just cruel. And it's not worth it to me. The ethics behind it really overpower the taste for me. There are so many alternative options. I still love pizza, but guess what? I get vegan mozzarella cheese, and it's so good. It's just kind of surprising that there are foods that taste just like the actual thing, but really there was no harm involved in making or getting the food. And ice cream, let me just tell you, you are going to love vegan ice cream. Just look for ice cream with coconut milk. Obviously it will say dairy free on the packaging, or almond milk. It's so good. I love vegan ice cream, so when I have ice cream cravings, I just go to Whole Foods, go to the grocery store. All grocery stores really have options, and I'll just get some coconut milk ice cream, and it is so good and it satisfies my cravings. Next question comes from Sophie Castro, and she asked, do you think that you being vegan and encouraging others to become it too will have an impact in our society and how we think about animals? That is my greatest hope, that spreading the vegan message will actually inspire others to adopt the lifestyle. Me personally, I know that I was put on this earth for a reason and I have a purpose. And I do believe that my purpose is to spread the vegan message. And that's basically it for this video. I hope you all found it helpful, honestly. If you have any more questions that maybe I didn't answer, please leave them in a comment below. And I just want to thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope some of you guys will consider trying out being vegan for like a week, see how it goes, you know, just try it out. Doesn't hurt to try. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.